Before we get into the video, could everyone please subscribe to my channel? Thank you so much. When my daughter was 5, our dance teacher suddenly resigned after the last lesson. The bright and beautiful girl smiled, shook my hand, and thanked me for taking care of her all these years. Actually, I know that the person taking care of her wasn't me. It was my husband, Jack. Jack has been with her since the day they first met. I thought this kind of life would continue forever until the girl got pregnant, and Jack brought up divorce with me. When the girl came out the door, Jack's car was parked outside the villa. He leaned against the open car door, looking up at me through the smoke. His gaze was still chillingly cold. I calmly withdrew my gaze and pulled my hand away from the girl's grasp. My tone was polite, distant, even somewhat indifferent. "Miss Zara, you should go now. He's waiting for you." The girl didn't see the expression she wanted on my face. She bit her lip in frustration and walked towards Jack. The car drove off, leaving me standing there frozen for a long time. "Mommy, why did Daddy leave with Zara?" My daughter's innocent voice rang out behind me. Snapping out of my daze, I picked her up, smiling gently. "It's hard to get a taxi here, so Daddy went to take Zara." Late at night, after putting my daughter to sleep, Jack still showed no sign of returning. I knew tonight he probably wouldn't be coming back again. It was as if that had been confirmed. Jack appeared in a Facebook post Zara made 10 minutes ago. His long, slender fingers were intertwined with another woman's, a silent declaration of happiness. Just like that, on their first night together, Zara felt a mix of nervousness and excitement. She accidentally shared it. Her first time was with Mr. Jack. That day, no one knew that beneath my feigned calm exterior, a long, deep rift had opened up. It bled, yet light shone through the boundless darkness, always managing to stir up the deepest pain in one's heart. I've already given birth to Jack's daughter. I've long accepted the fate of being entangled with him for life. But today, that girl named Zara is pregnant, and he's serious about her. So maybe I finally have a chance to leave him. In the days that followed, I continued to be a dutiful wife and mother. However, Jack's gaze towards me grew increasingly cold, as if he were plotting something. That night, after putting his daughter to sleep, Jack called me to his study. The man stood by the window, 3 or 4 cigarette butts already extinguished beside him. He looked at me. His expression was gentle and calm, unlike anything I'd ever seen before. "Serena, I'm setting you free." My waist, held by the man, trembled involuntarily. I seemed not to have heard him clearly. Jack chuckled softly, slowly tidying my disheveled hair. "Didn't you already know? Zara's pregnant, and she's mine." Although my heart was churning with emotions, I remained quietly with my head bowed, not daring to reveal even a trace of joy. I still remember that in the first few months of my marriage, I couldn't learn to bathe a baby. She ran, she escaped. Every time Jack's eyes burned with a bloodthirsty rage. "Serena, the more you resist me, the more I like you. Still want to run? I'll play with you." His hand landed on my slender neck, tinged with a hint of coldness. "Wouldn't it be better to stay obediently by my side? Perhaps one day I'll get tired of you, and then you can leave." Memories of the past flickered in and out of my mind. I wasn't sure if I truly meant what I said, but the thought of leaving him sprouted like a new shoot breaking through the soil. I couldn't help but ask, "Really, can you let me go?" The man's smile remained, but his eyes gradually lost their warmth. I didn't know why he was angry. Just that one sentence was enough for him to forcefully slam me against the desk in the study. In a daze, I heard a voice like a demon whispering in my ear, clinging to me tightly. "No, Serena, I can't let you go. Jack can't let me go, yet he started a new family with another woman. I can sense it. For Jack, Zara must be special besides me." Jack, who had never put any effort into a woman before, had a second woman in his life. They were together for 2 years. They didn't break up. They didn't get tired of each other, and they were still as sweet as when they first fell in love. He allowed Zara, whom he already possessed, to appear in front of me and my daughter without restraint. He allowed Zara to subtly provoke me. Every night, Jack would come home smelling of a woman's perfume. I pretended not to see or smell it. I endured it, waiting and hoping that Jack would eventually get tired of me and ask for a divorce. But something went wrong. Zara was already pregnant, so why wouldn't he let me go? When I first met Jack, he said he loved me and wanted to marry me. He even went so far as to force me to break up with my boyfriend from college. On the day of the breakup, the once vibrant and outgoing young man hung his head dejectedly and shed tears. "I'm sorry," he said. "He threatened to make my parents lose their jobs. I can't drag my family down with him." After the boy left, Jack, who had watched the whole show, got out of his car and hugged me triumphantly. "Serena, you're mine. Anyone who dares to covet you, I'll deal with them." I could still see the love and madness in the man's eyes. Back then, if this is how Jack loves someone, then even with my wings broken, I accept it. But why is Zara the exception? He gave her love, respect, and even the freedom I most envied. Yet he trapped me. Even though Jack stopped loving me a long time ago, the thought of leaving began to flood my mind again. My old insomnia also returned. Fortunately, Jack never came back after we parted that day. I was able to catch my breath, but after dropping my daughter off at school, I still went to the hospital. It's my own body. If I don't take care of myself, no one else will. When I came out, I saw Jack accompanying Zara to the OBGYN for a checkup. The girl had a smile on her lips, as if she were being affectionate with Jack. NDS in his pockets listened patiently. Suddenly, as if sensing something, Jack's eyes fixed intently on me. He instinctively took a step towards me. But the next second, Zara intimately linked her arm with his and walked over. He provocatively asked, "Miss Serena, you already knew about Jack's relationship, didn't you?" "Well, I won't hide it from you anymore. Yes, we're in love." My silence was an admission. Zara was even happier. She held her head high, somewhat arrogant yet seemingly puzzled. "Aren't you jealous? I stole your husband, the father of your daughter. Why didn't you make things difficult for me? Why didn't you kick me out? It seems that no woman should be so calm about her husband's infidelity. But I feel my heart beating steadily right now. There's truly no ripple in my heart. Lately, my mind has been working slowly. After a long silence, Jack's gaze lingered on my face for a while before he grew impatient. "Go to the pharmacy and get Zara's pregnancy supporting medication." The doctor's prescription was handed to me by a man wearing a wedding ring. I slowly looked up. The two people in front of me seemed to be treating me like a servant. Perhaps they'd really lost their minds. I acted faster, slamming the prescription out of Jack's hand. "Jack, she's your woman. Why don't you care? Why dump her on me? Why make me work for you for free?" A single piece of paper, yet a sentence that resonated deeply. It's done. The three people present. Temper is something that's long gone from me. After all I've seen, Jack and Zara's messy house, and I'd still considerately close their doors to prevent anyone from coming upstairs and disturbing them. But I have to admit it was incredibly satisfying ignoring the person's reaction. I unwittingly stepped on Jack's foot again and glared at him. Behind me, the man's unrestrained laughter continued unabated. I quickened my pace. I knew my place. That laughter couldn't have been because of me. I must have angered him. Sure enough, that very evening, Jack, who had been missing for several days, returned. My daughter, who hadn't seen her father for days, immediately let go of my hand and rushed into Jack's arms. The father and daughter played in the living room while I, along with the housekeeper, hid in the kitchen to help her. Actually, there wasn't much they needed me for. Occasionally, I'd wash vegetables or hand them a bowl. The rest of the time, I just sat there staring blankly. Seeing me like that, the aunt sighed. "Madam, actually your husband cares about you quite a bit. Even though he hasn't been home these past few days, he's called every day to check on you. Why do you always seem so afraid of him?" The word afraid seems to be etched into my bones ever since I got together with Jack. I still remember the first time I ran away after our marriage. One sentence from Jack cost my ex-boyfriend the job he had worked so hard to find. The second time I ran away, he fired the housekeeper who had worked for 10 years and hadn't been able to keep an eye on me. This was my third escape attempt. My brother's fiancée changed her mind at the last minute and found someone better when he was caught and brought back. I cried and asked him why he wouldn't let me go. The man raised his glass, laughing as he savored the fear on my face. "Serena, Whatever you care about, I don't care about. You'll never win against me. Later, I found out that every time I tried to confront Jack, all I got in return was endless torment and manipulation of others. He knew I had too many attachments and things I couldn't let go of, and any one of them could send me crashing back into the abyss. Don't want to see me? So you're hiding here? Jack appeared in the kitchen doorway at some point. He was holding his cheerful daughter, looking at me lazily in front of my daughter. I always try my best to create a happy family atmosphere for her. I composed myself and gave a helpless smile. No, I'm helping. I reached out to my daughter. Jack suddenly bent down and planted a kiss on my cheek. The moment I took it, he asked in a low, suggestive voice, "Serena, were you jealous when you saw me with Zara the other day?" I hadn't expected that Jack's first concern upon returning wouldn't be about me stepping on him, but rather this kind of pointless question. I didn't answer at the time, but after my daughter fell asleep, I looked at the man who came out of the bathroom in a good mood. Suddenly, I said, "Jack, you two can be together without worry. Don't test me. I won't be jealous." Jealousy, that's a word I only ever think about when I love someone, and he doesn't deserve to be loved. The man's soft humming stopped abruptly. He grabbed me with his large hand, his face darkening as he firmly pinned me to the bed. "Serena, don't you have a heart?" Jack gripped my chin, his eyes turning bloodshot again. It was as if he was desperately trying to hold back something. "I have other women outside. I torture you in all sorts of ways. I cling to you and refuse to divorce you no matter what. Can't you really see what I'm after, Serena? If you cared about me even a little bit, if you put even a little more thought into me, you would have seen through it long ago." Jack slammed his other hand hard on the bed, making me shudder. After a long while, he released me as if all his strength had been drained and lay down on the other side. He chuckled foolishly. The phone rang, echoing in the bedroom along with his laughter. Jack ignored it and just kept laughing, and I even saw a few glistening tears in the corners of his eyes. It must be my imagination. "Jack, do you cry too?" The phone rang again and again, and I got up. As I walked out, I glanced at the phone Jack had swept to the ground. It was Zara calling. After a moment's hesitation, I stopped and reminded him, "She's looking for you." We both knew who she meant. Jack snapped out of his reverie. He gestured for me to hand him the phone. The moment I handed it to him, Jack grabbed my wrist and wouldn't let go. Zara's voice came through the phone. "Jack, have you forgotten you're meeting my parents? Why aren't you here yet?" I asked, head down, urging the man who hadn't moved. "You should go now. Don't leave a bad impression on Miss Zara's parents." Jack gave a self-deprecating laugh and started changing clothes right in front of me. As he left, the man stood coldly at the door. "Zara is my woman. Her family is my family. But Serena, you don't think you're more important to me than she is, do you? Remember your place. It's none of your business." Photos of Jack and Zara entering and leaving an OBGYN together have surfaced. This is the first time he's been in the news for scandal. I don't know if he's ever tried to cover it up before, but this time her photos are everywhere online. It seems Jack is preparing to bring Zara into the public eye. The scale of this move doesn't seem like he's going to keep her out of the public eye. I'm starting to feel a little excited. But her daughter, who was chatting with her friends in the room, suddenly ran over with her phone in hand. "Mommy, is Daddy with Zara now? Does he not want me and Mommy anymore? Daddy's a bad daddy. Zara's a bad sister. I don't want to like them anymore." The daughter's face was red from crying, and she sobbed intermittently. I suddenly felt so heartbroken. This daughter, Jack forced me to have her. The things that happen between adults are destined to hurt the child. This time, no matter how I tried to comfort her, I couldn't. After her daughter repeatedly dialed Jack's number without success, she called her own sister, Zara. The call connected within seconds. "Lily, what do you want with your sister?" My daughter pouted, crying and angrily asking, "Daddy, get my daddy back." Zara chuckled sweetly on the phone, drawing out the sound as if she was doing it on purpose so I could hear. "Your dad is with me, Lily. Do you want to see him? Then don't come with your mom anymore. Come to your sister's house. That way, you can see your dad every day." Hearing this, the daughter cried even harder. I snatched the phone and told the nanny to take my daughter upstairs first. Over there, Jack's lazy, slightly hoarse voice came through. "What is it?" accompanied by the girl's occasional whining. His fists were clenched tightly, waves of anger rising within him. I managed to speak. Your daughter found out about you and Zara, so come back and make up with her. Jack promised to come back soon, but when he did, it was Zara smiling who rang my doorbell. I had just taken some sleeping pills and was drifting off to sleep. I don't know when my daughter, who was lying next to me, woke up, nor what Zara had said to her. When the nanny shook me awake, I saw the nanny's face huddled together, almost in tears. Madam, Lily is missing. The master is with that little bitch and isn't answering the phone. My limbs went weak as I got out of bed, forgot to put on my shoes, and rushed outside like a madwoman. Running too fast, I missed a step and tumbled down several steps. The fall left me dazed, but it also calmed me down. My first instinct was to tell the housekeeper to call the police. He called the police immediately and also contacted Jack's parents. They have a lot of connections. It would definitely be much faster than me blindly searching around. My daughter is very obedient. She wouldn't leave home alone for no reason. While searching the nearby neighborhoods, I called Zara. I was afraid she might be up to something. Zara is already pregnant with Jack's child. Is my daughter getting in her way? All my past forbearance and feigned ignorance. In this instant, I feel immense regret. I never knew that not fighting or grabbing could also breed resentment. Jack's parents have arrived. The villa is packed with people, and the police are also on the move, but their daughter is still missing. I searched outside all night until I collapsed and was brought back home before he even opened his eyes. Jack's mother's tirade rained down on him. I don't know what kind of seductive tricks you use to seduce my son and make him insist on marrying you. Now you can even lose a child while looking at him. You're only good at sleeping with men. If my precious granddaughter isn't found, I'll make sure my son divorces you. I lower my head just like countless times before where Jack couldn't see me. I silently endured his mother's insults and attacks. But now I think I can't take it anymore. How many times do I have to tell them before they understand it's not that I'm clinging to this marriage? It's their son who's holding me so tightly. I slapped away the finger my mother-in-law was about to shove my nose. I feel wronged and resentful. Then make him divorce me or do what you did before. Drug me. Find me other men so your son will despise me and divorce me. You can't even control your own son. All you do is bully me. If you're so capable, call him back and make him divorce me right now. It was Jack who ruined my life. But why am I the one who gets yelled at, tormented, and left crying? The daughter was still missing. The news spread online, and people everywhere were worried. As a father, Jack didn't arrive at the police station until noon the day after his daughter disappeared. He looked completely drained. His white shirt collar was stained with several lipstick marks, and he was still wearing disposable hotel slippers. When his father saw Jack's disheveled state, he slapped him across the face on the spot. The man paid no heed, his gaze darting nervously back and forth through the crowd. Finally, in a corner, he found me, disheveled hair loose and pale. He practically scrambled to my side and embraced me tightly, all his usual poise gone. Serena, don't be afraid. I'm here. Don't be afraid. We'll find our daughter. Jack's body trembled uncontrollably. It was unclear whether he was worried about me, about his daughter, or about Zara, who had gotten into trouble. My gaze passed over the man's shoulder and landed on Zara, who had gotten out of the same car as him. The girl was carrying Jack's suit jacket. Her eyes were red, and her voice was soft and sweet. Jack, you just showered. Put on some clothes. Don't catch a cold. Jack ignored her and continued hugging me. But I suddenly pushed him away. He grabbed Zara's loose hair and pulled her towards me. Give me back my daughter. Give me back my daughter. I lost all reason. I didn't care whether she was pregnant or not. All I wanted was to get the whereabouts of my daughter from her. Several hands landed on me at the same time. The hand with the wedding ring was the hardest, as if it were digging into my flesh. His hand finally ripped me away, violently shoving me forward. I crashed into an empty chair beside me. My eyes were blurry and red, unable to see clearly. I could only kneel on the ground, disoriented. I pleaded, Zara, please give me back my daughter. I'll give you anything you want. With a thud, something fell to the ground. Immediately following was a heart-wrenching cry from the parents, almost losing their composure. Son, what are you doing? Why did you bang your head against the wall? Jack, where are you hurt? If you don't think about yourself, you should think about the baby in our belly. He can't be born without a father. Zara seemed to be crying, but her cries were even more beautiful than the music playing from the phone. Shut up. This isn't your place to speak. The voice stopped. The smell of blood filled my nose. Ignoring the wound on his head, Jack took a tissue and gently wiped my eyes. Zara was also taken in for questioning by the police. Jack's mother, heartbroken for her son, knelt down and pressed her hand against his wound to stop the bleeding. His father called the family doctor to come quickly. After a long time, the results of Zara's questioning came back. Jack had an important online meeting at the time, so I said I'd go and comfort his daughter. After all, she's just a kid. A little coaxing will do the trick. When I got to his house, the child started kicking and hitting me as soon as she saw me. I was pregnant, and I couldn't just keep taking the beatings without fighting back, so I pushed her a little. This child has probably been spoiled by her mother. I was her dance teacher for 2 years, and I just scared her a little. I said if she bullied her younger brother like this when she had one, her father would be unhappy. Zara stood aside, watching the man's face gradually turn ashen. I explained quietly. I chased after her when she ran out, but I was pregnant and couldn't catch up. A sharp pain shot through my heart. My daughter, whom I raised with such care to ensure she could grow up in a loving family. I suppressed my disgust for Jack and pretended to be a loving couple. But Zara ruined all of that. Ignoring whatever was at hand, I grabbed it and threw it at Zara, but it only hit her shoulder. Jack, who was protecting the girl, blocked it completely. He gripped my hand, struggling painfully. Serena, Zara is pregnant. Don't frighten her. Just that one sentence made me truly angry for the first time since we got married. I rarely truly hate someone. Even though Jack used underhanded tactics to marry me, I just didn't like him. I endured it, accepted it. I even blamed myself for what it was about him that attracted him in the first place. But now our daughters are both missing. We can't find them. Jack is still protecting Zara. If he likes her so much, why doesn't he divorce me? Why let Zara interfere in our lives? I don't know how many slaps I've given Jack. He's taken them all without uttering a sound, and he won't let anyone else stop him. Finally, I got tired of hitting him. Jack took my limp hand and gently massaged it in his palm. It was as if he still loved me. Jack, I want a divorce. The man kept his head down, not looking up. It felt like a cold liquid had fallen onto the back of my hand. Wet. Suddenly, after receiving a phone call, the officer's face lit up with obvious joy. Found her! Found her! The West Street Police Station called, telling the family to come quickly to identify her. I was the first to rush out. Jack followed closely behind, paused for a moment, then turned around and took Zara's hand. We fell to the back of the crowd. Jack's parents and I got in a police car. Jack had been walking too slowly to accommodate Zara, and there wasn't any extra room. He opened his mouth, but ultimately said nothing. He silently opened the passenger door for Zara, carefully helped her into the car, and then caught up with us. In the car, a video of my daughter was playing on my phone. Her clothes and shoes were identical. I was certain it was my daughter. The tension that had gripped me for days suddenly eased, and I leaned weakly against the car window. She overheard Jack's mother whispering, "Serena, is it true that you said you wanted to divorce Jack? If you're really sure, I can get rid of the people around you from Jack. He won't have any leverage over you anymore. As long as you hold on, you'll definitely be able to get a divorce." See, so she wasn't unaware of what her son had done to me. This mismatched marriage, I was never the one who led the way, yet I bore all the blame. "Mom, it's so dark outside. Lily will never leave you again." My daughter's braids were crooked, and her clothes were wrinkled. She nestled in my arms and cried until she had cried enough. Then she started crying in her grandparents' arms. The little girl is clever. She knew she had made a mistake, and her tears were so heart-melting that she wouldn't be punished. Jack's parents only have Lily as their granddaughter, and they truly love her. They wouldn't scold her. All they could do was comfort her. I stepped aside and knelt before the mother and son who had found my daughter. Without them, I don't know what terrible consequences would have occurred. The old lady, still carrying sanitation tools, reached out her hand hesitantly. Halfway through, She realized her hands were too dirty. Afraid of being scorned, she hesitated to touch me. I took her large, calloused, but warm hand and held it tightly. Thank you so much. The old woman helped me up. She simply said it was nothing serious and then tried to leave with her son. She appeared to have intellectual disabilities. She refused all our offers of help and staggered out of the police station. Jack arrived after they left. Without waiting for an explanation, Zara said proudly, "Miss Serena, don't blame Jack. It's because my baby was so hungry that Jack took me out to eat, which is why we were delayed." Jack unusually remained silent at that moment. His eyes were bloodshot as he looked at his daughter, who had been hiding behind me since he appeared. He choked out, "Lily, Daddy's here. Don't you miss Daddy?" The daughter clenched her little fists tightly, refusing to show her face. "I don't want my dad anymore. That mean older sister said that once her baby is born, my dad won't want me anymore." Tears welled in Jack's eyes, and the words caught in his throat. "No, Daddy didn't abandon Lily." My trouser legs were soaked with my daughter's tears, and Jack's image as a good father completely crumbled. "Mommy, I want to go home." Jack returned home after dropping Zara off. Zara's Facebook had just been updated. She was holding her still, flat stomach, her face beaming with happiness. "My baby, you have the most loving father in the world. The baby hasn't even been born yet. Jack already cares so much about it, which makes me even more determined to leave with my daughter." That night, my daughter, whom I had lost, and then found, hugged me tightly. I tentatively asked Lily, "If Mommy and Daddy lived separately, would you be unhappy?" My daughter clutched my pajamas at my chest with her little hand, and after a long while, she said, "Then I want to go with Mommy." Actually, no matter how well adults try to hide it, clues will always slip up. For example, I often sleep with my daughter. Also, Jack rarely gives me a kind look. Children are sensitive. Just because they don't say anything doesn't mean they don't understand. Jack knew he was in the wrong. The next day, he personally cooked his daughter's favorite dishes. His daughter still didn't even glance at him. After dinner, my daughter and I went to her grandmother's house to see her new adopted brother. Jack quickly grabbed his car keys and whispered, "Shall I give you a ride?" After thinking for a moment, I ignored the hints my daughter gave me and let him go with us. The old lady lived alone with her son, and I planned to provide them with a better environment. I also took on the responsibility of supporting them. From then on, Jack expressed his gratitude. As a father, he's more capable than me and can help the old lady and her son much more, which is why I asked him to come along. We had a crazy afternoon. My daughter fell asleep in the car, and when we got home, I spoke softly, "Jack, I was serious about the divorce the other day. Let's get a divorce. I'll give her my seat. I don't want to cause any more trouble, and I don't want revenge. Let them be together if they want. I just want to live a good life with my daughter." In a cramped space, my daughter remained unconscious. Jack's voice was also very low. "Serena, have you never loved me? Did you ever? Anything I did meant nothing to you." Jack stared intently at me, his expression serious, as if he absolutely needed me to say it. The man's intimidating gaze always made me afraid to look him in the eye, but this time I looked back at him. Each word was spoken. "Yes, I never loved you. Not only did I never love you, I also hated you. I hated that you ruined me and hated that you destroyed my budding love." My relationship with Jack broke up. It lasted only 3 days. I hadn't even experienced the beauty of love before he forcibly took it from me. Can a relationship forced upon you truly be genuine? I don't know, but I know I live in pain and repression every day. Until the pain becomes numbness, I can no longer feel any emotions in this world. That night, Jack locked himself in his study, letting the cold wind blow against the window all night. The next day, with dark circles under his eyes, he hugged me. "Let's go. We're getting a divorce." The divorce proceedings were quick. The moment I held the divorce certificate in my hand, tears inexplicably streamed down my face. Jack stood quietly to the side, watching me cry. I laughed, running around like a madwoman in front of the Civil Affairs Bureau. When I was tired of running and crying, I simply sat down on the ground. Jack came over and raised his hand to shield my eyes from the glaring sunlight. He slowly knelt down. A tear welled up in his eye. "Serena, I'm sorry for holding you back all these years. Jack was very generous. He gave me the house and the car, and I got custody of our daughter. I also get a large sum of child support every month. He moved to a flat in the city center and completely disappeared from my life. In the most bustling clubhouse in the dead of night, Jack was once again completely drunk. His brothers brought him some hangover soup and forced him to drink it. After sobering up a bit, the man flirting with his girlfriend pushed her away. He patted Jack on the shoulder apologetically. "Brother, I'm sorry. If I hadn't lent you Zara, you wouldn't have broken up with your wife and child." Mentioning Zara made the man grit his teeth in hatred. Luckily, my wife found out about her and even got her phone. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known that not only did she try to hook up with me, but she also dared to scheme against you. Jack hung his head, slumped weakly against the sofa. I don't know if he even heard me. Someone sighed. "Jack, I'm telling you, this relationship has lasted so many years, and you still haven't gotten over Serena. She's not even that pretty, so why are you so fixated on her?" His friend coughed, signaling him to stop talking. Jack had only been in one relationship before. He was inexperienced and would recover eventually with time. Jack swallowed the bitterness in his throat. His voice felt like it hadn't spoken in ages. "No, I can't forget her." What he didn't say was more than just forget her. He was going crazy with longing. Suddenly, his phone rang. It was a voice message from his daughter. Jack sat bolt upright and eagerly opened it. "Did Dad come over for dinner with me tomorrow?" Mom doesn't know yet. Children forget things easily after being separated for a while. Jack took her out to play a few times and apologized a few times. Then she made up with her father again. Jack Grant patted his clothes and happily went home to sleep. He was content. As long as life went on, it meant he still had the chance to see her. That was enough. Jack, the day I met Serena for the first time, I, who had never liked a woman before, felt a flutter in my heart. Perhaps it was the excitement, or perhaps it was because I had drunk too much. I sat in the top floor private box, staring intently at the figure below, and suddenly said, "She's quite pretty." My words made all the guys around me stop what they were doing. Wow, what a rare sight. The iron tree that's been growing for ages has finally blossomed. Following my gaze, they saw the girl I'd mentioned. She was wearing a white dress, her long black hair casually draped over her shoulders. It's actually quite ordinary. Its only redeeming quality is its dazzling whiteness and pristine cleanliness. "Oh, so Jack likes this kind of thing. Wait, bro, I'll go get it for you." I didn't stop him, or maybe I didn't even want to. An unprecedented tension spread through me, and I put down my wine glass. I straightened my clothes and hair and sat up straight. When the girl was brought in, she was timid and adorable. Her looks, her name, everything about her resonated with me. It solidified my desire to have Serena. So what if she has a boyfriend? The woman I set my sights on can only be mine. I easily won over her family, and even though she wasn't willing, she still married me, didn't she? But after we got married, my feelings for Serena only deepened. I was no longer satisfied with just her body. I also wanted her heart. Zara appeared around this time. She was the woman my friend was keeping as a mistress. Afraid of being found out by his wife, he was using me as a cover. I, in turn, used Zara as a tool to incite Serena's jealousy. 2 years have passed, and Serena remains indifferent, never jealous. It's as if I'm not her husband at all. Her heart is only for the daughter she didn't want to have. I'm completely irrelevant. I hate her, yet I love her madly every moment. The day Zara resigned, I deliberately made Serena believe that the child in her belly was mine. I deliberately appeared at the OB/GYN when Serena went to the hospital. I deliberately protected Zara after his daughter went missing. I didn't mean anything by it. I just wanted her to love me, even just a little bit, and I would have lived a good life with her. But this is how it ended.